Hey there, Dr. Karen here, Dr. Karen Can of Patch Training Team, and I am a Lifewave independent distributor, and I'm also team leader for patchtrainingteam.com. And I thought I would do a few little tips, LifeWave tips and tricks. And in this particular episode, which I am Facebooking streaming live or attempting to do so with my software, I wanted to share with you how I go about giving samples of the patches. So we're going to first talk about the kind of like the practical nuts and bolts of doing that, and then who and when I suggest doing a sampling program for. So the X39s are the new kids on the block when it comes to LifeWave patches, and which means this is the second generation of patch. It helps to stimulate and activate healthy young stem cells, younger stem cells in the body, and therefore help your body with repairing itself. So these are very powerful technologies, and in fact, compared to stem cell, injections and growing your own stem cells in a petri dish or injecting fetal cells or something to get your stem cells, to get things fixed in your body. This is much less expensive and without the needling, without the side effects potentially of infection, trauma, blood, the whole bit, bleeding. So the stem cell enhancing patches are remarkable technology, and you may, as a LifeWave distributor, may wish to share this with other people and loved ones. So how do I package these up? Well, in case you have not noticed, if you're a LifeWave distributor, you can actually buy these little sample packages in your back office. Now, this was actually launched in January of 2020, but it wasn't available in the back office until more recently, and some people did not even know it was there. So that's why I'm doing this video. So these are really cool because they're like the big packages, except there's no quantity here, so you can choose however many you want to sample. You can also sell patches in these smaller ones. So if somebody instead of wanting to buy 30 patches of X39 for $150, maybe they want to just buy $50 worth, right? And you can actually split up a pack and put however many you want inside. And they actually have even though there's two sides, there's actually two sleeves inside here. I would just put it in the bigger compartment. And then they have a nice little adhesive here so you can peel it off, you can bend it over, okay, and it looks very, very professional. Much more professional than a little baggie, which is what I used to use because we didn't have a sample, container or sample envelope. So this is really handy, very professional. When they open it the other way. It looks brand new. And like the nice thing is like there's no number on here. You can reuse your old packaging, but it says 30 patches, right? And it's confusing if you're sampling one or two patches and the person gets it and they go, well, there's not 30 in there, and they get disappointed, right? Or you put a sticker on top of it that has the number of patches and they peel it off and go, well, there was 30 in here. What happened to the other 29? Right? So this is very professional and very inexpensive. So I highly recommend if you're a LifeWave distributor, buy these, okay, from your back office. If you plan to either sell smaller quantities, uh, I would suggest a quantity of like 10, for example, to sell at one time. Or if you want to sample them, buy these so that's very professional. So what else do I include? So if I'm giving away or selling these, I also include the brochure. So the big X39 brochure, okay? And I also include the instructions. Very helpful, right? The instructions, how to use them. So your X39 instruction book. And if you don't have enough, you can just buy these in your back office as well as sales aids. And the information book about the GHK copper peptide, which the X39 stimulates, which then helps to grow healthy young stem cells. So a little bit more of the technology. So basically, you're including basically three pieces of paperwork with this one thing, right? And remember to put your name and contact information on here. This is something I forget all the time, but that's probably because I do mostly online work and not face to face. But so the best thing here, instead of writing this in pen, which you can, okay, more professional would be to get professional labels done. You can use Vistaprint and use there's different labels. You can go to avery.com and buy labels and have them print and sent to you. You can go to zazzle.com, and I use them because I make tote bags and all sorts of fun things. So that I buy for myself and I actually sell as well, to help earn profit for young people to take my courses. Anyway, so you can use that, and then what happens is that you will just stick it on, and it's much more professional than writing it. Okay, and not to mention this is a little shiny, so unless you use a Sharpie, okay, or the pen doesn't really work that well. So if you use a Sharpie, it's fat, and then it might smudge. If it's not as professional. So ideally, get address labels or some other label that will fit on here. You want to make sure you have your name, okay, your email, your phone number, and your distributor link on here. Why do you want to do that? Well, let's put it this way. Their chances are that people will just Google, the name of the company and buy from someone else if you don't give them clear instructions to follow your link in case they want to buy it or learn more information. Even better is actually email or text them the exact link so they don't get it wrong. And even better than that, you actually take your cell phone, okay, cell phone, all right, use your Lifewave InTouch app and send them through the app the actual video that you want them to watch, because it'll track them through the app as to when do they watch it, how much do they watch, and right below that video is your contact information. Okay, so they don't go buy from someone else. I mean, one time my patient, I sent him the address, on the email. This is where you buy it. Well, he lost the email. So then he looked up Dr. Karen Can on Google, Lifewave, right? Found some other site, some ad, okay? Bought $300 worth of patches from the ad. Well, the guy had nothing to do with me, wasn't on my team. And when he realized the mistake, because he's got the invoice and it said from Steve so and so, or whatever his name was, he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't buy from Dr. Karen. He calls customer support and they said, well, not really sure what to do here. Well, we'll talk to that guy and see if he'll refund you, or at least give the points or the credit to Dr. Karen. Of course, he said no. I think he since left the company. But anyway, the point is that sometimes even putting it on here is not good enough. You really want to use your tools, like use your app, to make sure that if they buy from you. Why? Because they're going to ask you for support, and that's your job, is to support people, counsel people, teach them how to use it. If they just buy from some random person they don't know, they don't have that relationship, right? And they're not going to get good service, and they're not going to have the quality of relationship and connection with someone. So just to review, again, you want to put your label in the back here, and I would highly suggest that you put your label on all three of these brochures, okay? So if any of them gets just, lost, displaced, whatever, they still have your contact information on all of these, and this is what you'll give them together. Yes, and people ask me, do I need a business card? If you have the label, no, you don't need the business card. But if you want a business card, if you're at networking events and you're not giving samples and you're not giving brochures or whatever, yeah, you could definitely do that. But I think honestly, if you're at a networking event, not that I do them a lot, so I'm not an expert at them. I know what to do. I just can't give you proof that it works really well. But on the back of these brochures is a spot for your contact information. So I would prefer you to use this as a networking event where it gives you, the blurb about what the LifeWave patches do and the benefits of these patches. So they don't just have one business card that they lose and put in their pocket or whatever, and they don't even remember what you sold, right? It's more like, oh, here's a big brochure. It's kind of gangly and in the way, and when they're sitting at coffee in the morning, they're just reading through. Wow, rapid pain relief, reduce inflammation, supports wound healing, mental clarity. Oh my gosh, sports recovery. This is great stuff, right? So instead of a business card, you can do that if you want, but I would prefer you use this at networking events. Now, if you're like me and you actually love the patches a lot and use a lot of X39, I know between my husband and I, we do, you end up with a lot of fancy packaging. So the fancy package, okay, is what we get when we buy the whole product. Now, this one is reusable, so that even if you don't market the entire 30 patches, you could theoretically reuse these, okay? put your sample package in, or whatever you're selling, 10, 10 patches, 15 patches, whatever it is. Okay, if it's not a full 30, you can actually put this inside here, right? And then you can put your brochures, okay, in here. And notice at the back, it has your information, right? Again, sticker is better than Sharpie, okay? Much more professional, and it closes up really nicely. It's very pretty, okay? And then this does not fit in there, but okay, so now you get two things to give away instead of four things. But these are handy because I have plenty of these because I use X39 myself, so I have plenty of these left over. So next thing we're going to talk about is who to sample. Now, it depends on your personality, who your contacts are, what your experience is. That will dictate who you sample to. And what do I mean by that? Well, the people that do the best in the business, Lifeway business, where they earn the most money through a sampling program, are people who are veterans at network marketing. They know what they're doing. They often have, from past network marketing experiences of greater than 10 years, usually 10 to 20 years experience. They've already made hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars with network marketing. They have a whole network of people, tens of thousands of people that they had underneath them that know that they're successful leaders, right? So in this case, a lot of times you just give them one patch and one sample. They take a look at the compensation plan, they look at the business opportunity, they look at what, how big stem cells are, how much people are paying, $25,000 a year for stem cells. This, oh my gosh, is only, $5 a patch. OMG, what a great deal, right? So in those cases, they work really, really well. Sampling one patch, and here's the business opportunity. Take it or leave it. I'm exaggerating, but and it works really, really well. However, there's a lot of us out there that are not big time network marketers, didn't grow up that way. I'm a clinician, so I didn't get trained in network marketing. It took me 7 years to really make decent money, in the business, not because I didn't have support. It's just because I was too busy, just too busy, to study it, to know how to do it properly. And the context that I have, who do I have? I got friends, I got family, I got clients, right? I don't have a bunch of business people that I've worked with for 10 or 20 years. So when I was sampling to people, I had a dismal rate of return. In other words, I was giving away patches over and over and over and over again. I don't know how much money I spent originally, but way back then. And it didn't seem to really make a difference. And here's what I've learned: when you sample patches to people with the intention of making a sale in the future or having a business partner in the future, choose that person very wisely. So, in other words, if you're thinking business person, right? They have to want to have a business or open to the business. So, in other words, they're already an entrepreneur or have done a business or entrepreneurial type of business before. They already love the MLM or network marketing business model. Okay, they're already into that. They've been independent. They're not an employee. Okay, those are really great people who are like open to the business opportunity, looking for a business opportunity. Those are great people to sample. But that being said, there's still going to be people who try it, don't try it, never get back to you, and you're like, okay, move on. um, okay, and as far as friends and family, um, what I do now is if a friend or is a friend or family is in trouble, they have a symptom, whatever. I just, if I feel like I want to give them something, I'll just gift them a set of patches. I'll patch it right on their body, okay? Because otherwise they might lose it. That happens all the time, even to the best of us. So you patch it right away, get them out of symptom control. There's no guarantee that they're interested to buy anymore. But what you can do is ask them to, so you don't expect to make a sale in that case because you're gifting them, okay? So what you can do instead is you can ask for a referral. So you can say, hey, this works so great for you. In case you know anybody who has a similar issue or symptom, would love a referral. And because there's that whole law of energy exchange, because you've gifted them with no obligation for them to buy from you, there is a little bit of an energetic tug to try to help you out as well. So if you're giving people patches, just be very wary and mindful of who you're giving it to and what your intentions are. Like I said, for me personally, friends and family, if it's a gift, it's a gift. I don't ask for a sale. Now, on the other hand, if they go, "Hey, can I buy some more from me?" Sure, then they can buy some more from me, but it's not the original intention, and I don't expect to have a sale. That is not where most of my money comes from, is not doing that. So that's just my little 2 cents related to freebies and samples. But if you have a great experience in a sampling program, maybe you can share below this video some comments about how you do it and how it works for you and how you choose and discern who you sample and who you don't, so that other LifeWave distributors can learn from you, so they don't waste hundreds of dollars sampling and not getting any return as far as their marketing. All right, so I hope this is helpful. Please post in the comments below what you found the most helpful, and please go ahead and share what's worked for you as well as a LifeWave distributor. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time.